Hey,
and welcome back to How to Be Real, a place where we can be real in a world obsessed with fake.
Mhm.
And I am Tasha B. I'm an actor, a filmmaker, and creator that is starting to feel ready for summer.
Oh, period. Okay. And I am Tay. I am a creative producer, lover of all things wellness, and your favorite local yogi. I'm also ready for summer.
Girl, getting into it.
Yes.
Outfits.
Oh, I know.
Tie-dye's coming out.
Oh, right?
You know me.
I'm trying to.
Tie-dye. It's tie-dye.
It's tie-dye time. I'm trying to show a little cleavage in the sun.
I'm feeling tie-dye. I'm feeling all the
Yes.
colors.
Right.
All together at once.
Everything wrapped up in one.
But after we get that out the way, I say, how you doing, Tay?
Girl, I'm doing great right now.
Yeah.
Feeling good. I took my allergy medicine this morning.
Nice.
And, been fighting back all day. What about you? How are you doing?
I'm feeling cool. I've been doing rewrites on a script I'm working on, and even started writing not so much just straight up journal entries, but getting creative with my writing. Just because I used to have so much fun in creative writing classes. You have to write a short story. I remember I took a test in one of my creative writing classes, and at the end of the test was write a creative story about a wolf or something like that. And that was, gave you a little prompt, a wolf that lives in the woods, and you write a little story, and that was part of the test. And I just remember being oh, this is a cool question.
You done unlocked something just now. Damn. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. That was a great part. Damn.
I such like little, stuff like that.
We were nerds, good little nerds.
Right?
Little nerds. I love it.
I'm that part of the test, once all the A, B, C, whatever's over, you see that and you're like, okay,
freedom.
Do something.
Yes.
My little mark on this page.
Well, I love that. Yes, rewrites.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Writing and, just getting into my, exploring, different types of writing. Getting creative with it.
Hell yeah. Cheers to that, friend.
Yeah. That'll bring us to our shout out. And this episode, we want to shout out Letitia James, Attorney General of New York. Shortly after the announcement that she is under investigation by the FBI, this administration's FBI, she delivered an inspiring speech stating how prepared that herself and she feels the states that we all know work together on these types of things are ready and they're prepared. And I'll say a little excerpt.
Yes, please do.
She says, and this is just an excerpt, "We are prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is the time to stand up and fight back and resist any temptation for them to divide us. We are in this together."
Period.
And I thought that was really uplifting, very, not trying to be, because I think the thing that gets messed up is, the whole splitting people down the middle, making one side hate the other side.
Yeah.
If they do that, then we're so distracted that they just get to run amok, right? And so I really like the part about resist the temptation for us to divide us. And we all got to do that. All of us, we all got to do that. And that's hard. That's and I think that's why, I don't know, I've been seeing it in the sphere, social media, podcasts. You hear a lot about community. Wherever you go, everyone's talking about community. And I think that's why activism, you're oh, this is where it always starts, getting people together.
Yes.
For any reason. So thanks for being here with us.
I know. Seriously. Yes. We appreciate all of y'all. We're here building this community so we can fight back.
Yeah. So we won't be divided. So we can just be together.
Yes.
So I really like that piece from Letitia.
That was really great. And also too, you were playing it earlier, the clip, and I was like, man, it's so powerful to hear her say the words.
It is.
If you can, listener, friend, look the clip up. Just Google it.
We should post the clip.
We should
post the clip.
Okay, so we'll post the clip. So check out the page.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out, because it's to hear Attorney General Letitia James speak those words, it was very. I was like, okay, I was fired up. It was, it was a rallying call to like, again, we're in this together, y'all. Fight back. Don't be afraid of them. Come on. So I like the message.
Tap into your power.
Tap into the power. Yes. And that'll transition us to our 3 realists.
Let's do it.
This 3 realists is just 3 realists weird news things that we have heard this week. There's a lot of crazy news, scary news, all the things. This is just kind of weird news.
Yeah, just weird, random little snip. Okay, so I'll kick us off.
Yeah, kick us off, girl.
So this comes from AP News. Okay. So New Zealand officially has more sheep than people, but humans are catching up.
Okay. I like it.
It says with a population of 23.6 million sheep and 5.3 million people, that's a lot, there are about 4.5 sheep for each New Zealander.
Wow.
I'm like, damn, y'all really use sheep. So I'm reading this and I'm like, what do y'all need that many damn sheep for? So they said they were big for farming sheep for meat and wool. Damn.
Oh,
and was New Zealand's biggest earner. Now, years of falling wool prices, prompted by a global shift to synthetic fibers, have led farmers to change what they do with their land. So they're not investing in populating sheep anymore.
Oh.
Yep. So they're like, well, but I'm hella weak because the fucking headline said, but humans are catching up. Y'all said there's 23 million sheep and 5 million people. How is that catching up? But I guess they said that because it's down from 22 sheep per person. Now there's only 4.5 sheep per person.
Okay. Less sheep.
Less sheep.
Not so much more people as it is just less sheep. Just less sheep.
Not more people.
Not really that many more people. Maybe like 1,000 more people. And then just less sheep.
Y'all could have reworded that, but I get it.
But hey, humans are catching up.
Yep, hey.
You gotta catch up somehow.
There we go. So that was a random news story.
So Marlon Wayans went on a podcast and said that he's never been married because he didn't want to make his mother jealous. He didn't want her to come second to any woman.
Oh.
She has since passed. In 2020, she passed away. May she rest in peace.
May she rest
and he's
in
still
peace.
not married. And he has 2 kids with the lady that he was with for a very long time. So anyway, I just thought it was weird for that to be a reason he says he's never been married.
That's hella weird, bro. Like, I don't understand. To me, that's freaky. Like, not like freaky nasty, but like you're a freak.
Oh my God.
And not like you're a freak like nasty, but you're a freak like you're a weirdo. Like, I don't know. That just seems like, why? What does your closeness with your mom have anything to do with you being able to have a wife? Like,
I know. I wonder how much of that is like something between him and his mom, or if it was just him.
Yeah.
Like some quote unquote boy moms, and we've seen movies like that where the mom is and the son, it's really like
weird.
No one's ever good enough for the son, and it's like Monster-in-Law.
Yes.
Like Jane Fonda in Monster-in-Law, and you're like, okay, yeah, but that exists. I know there are people who deal with that.
Loretta Devine in that one movie.
Yes.
That one, that one, Jump in the Broom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know if it's that type of situation.
I don't know.
Per se, or if, I don't know, if this is just something he's saying years later. But for that to be a legit reason why you didn't get married.
There's more reasons. There has to be.
Your mom didn't want you to get married?
Right.
No. All those siblings that got married? Right? Didn't they get married?
Right. I'm guessing.
Damon Wayans was married.
He was, yes.
Keenan, did he get married?
I have no idea.
See, now I'm gonna look. Now I'm curious.
Right.
Did any of you guys get married? Is that why none of y'all are married?
What if it was like this? Oh, the sisters were the only ones that were married.
None of the brothers ever got married. So the mom never came second. Right. Dang, like, even though. Anyway.
Yeah, and also too,
maybe he was her favorite.
Oh, maybe. Because I'm like, there. You know how many boys this woman has access to? Sons. She don't need you to not put her first.
She don't need you to not get married, and your dad, and they were married,
right?
So, like,
that's a cop out to me, girl. Speaking of, I heard another cop out. I forgot what this. He's a football player. He's an ex-football player. Mm-hmm. Anyways, he was on a podcast. Girl, you already know. And he was talking about how he does not understand marriage. Marriage is for poor people and for elderly people. And he was saying that. He was like, my mom didn't get married till she was 70 years old. And I think that it's, perfect example, marriage for old people. She waited all the way until she was 70 years old to get married because she just knew that she didn't want to, settle down or settle for anything else. And so that's why I feel like there's no benefit to me for marriage. Like, it never benefits a man. I was like, bro, who hurt you?
Dang.
Where's this trauma coming from? And do you think your mom wanted to wait till she was 70 years old to get like a supporter? You don't think she wanted help with your big old badass? Like,
oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Some guys and their moms.
It's weird. Yeah. And it's funny how someone like their whole opinion is like, I know somebody that this happened to. Like, my mom waited till she was 70. So that's how I know marriage is for old people. There you go. One example of two elderly people getting married. So marriage is for old people.
And now that's officially my thought.
That's like, my whole point.
Bro, are you not like late 40s right now? You can't formulate your own thought or belief system on something?
And there's so many people that aren't 70. There's people that got married at 18. People get married when they get married, man. I don't know.
Girl.
But you know what? Maybe Marlon just doesn't want to get married. All that to say. Sounds like a cop-out.
Yeah, what's your next one? My next one. Okay, this is a random story. So a climber was climbing Mount Fuji in Japan last week, and he got sick from altitude sickness.
Ooh.
And had to get rescued. 27-year-old man from China living in Japan. Girl, 4 days later, they come and rescue him again from the same spot on the mountain.
Shoot.
From altitude poisoning again. And they were like, what are you doing back up here? We just saved your ass 4 days ago. And he was saying that he left his phone and his belongings.
Oh.
So he wanted to come back up and get him. Girl. So now I guess people were getting hella upset on social media about it because they don't typically charge, or there's no like charges or fees for getting rescued, which I'm like, yeah, thank you.
I hope not, but a lot of places there is a fee.
Girl, right here in this damn country, in this damn city, if I went and got hurt and they had to rescue me, they'd be like, okay, glad you're alive, but here your bill's like $1 million. Sorry.
The bill is your life.
Yeah, no, seriously,
brought you back just to kill you.
But I guess people hella online are mad because they feel like this student should be charged at least for the second time he had to get saved.
Oh, yeah.
They're very upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that was a random
I hope
story.
he got his stuff. Right. Like, I hope you got it and didn't get sick before you got it, and then you just did that for nothing.
Exactly. So anyway, random.
Girl.
What? Sorry.
I when I hit new note and then I looked at my notes and it was blank. And I was like, just delete my whole note.
Fuck. I'm so glad it did not.
But yeah, no. I just, sorry.
No, you're good.
Mini panic.
Oh, shit.
Okay. My next one is a little weirder.
Okay.
At least I thought it was weird. So AI assistants can now chat with each other in their own little language. It's like beeps and boops.
What?
And it's sound waves. and it carries like information, data back and forth.
What?
The video I seen, it was like a AI on a phone, AI on a laptop, and they're talking to each other. And they're like, at first they're like, hey, I'm an AI assistant for so and so. I'm looking for a hotel room for this date. And then the other chatbot for the hotel is like, oh, and he says, I'm an AI assistant on behalf of such and such. Mm-hmm. And then when the hotel speaks back, it's like a more female sounding voice. And she's like, hey, I'm actually a chatbot for the hotel. Like, do you want to just talk in this language so we can save time and just, communicate back and forth?
Oh,
and it's like, it shows the screen, like, it's like beep, 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 and they both go into a mode. And then the screens are like, I don't know, like kind of saying like a little bit of what they're saying back and forth. Like, whoa, what day do you need the hotel? And just so that the human can see, but it's what's like, yeah, you can't understand what they're saying. They're, communicating back and forth. And allegedly they don't need Bluetooth or internet to do it. I don't know how that works. I don't know if that's, yeah. So it's just like AIs can talk to each other. I wonder if they need
Wi-Fi. Because Wi-Fi is just like, I can connect, quote, to the
right,
Wi-Fi.
Probably like 5G or Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I don't know. That's weird. But that's crazy. Well.
So that was weird.
Right.
That was super weird.
Because what else are y'all going to be communicating about all secret squirrel like?
I know. You know what I mean? How are they just flashing data? And what data? Like camera roll? That's what I'm always thinking of. Like camera roll? Even just all of them? Just randoms?
Just in their language, they're like, what size bed do they need? And they go through your camera. Find like a big old nude.
you on the bed? Like,
they're like, about a queen.
Here's a picture of the bed. It's like, that's actually a video.
Whoa.
No, okay.
Do not share that. Gosh, computers, chill out.
I thought that was weird.
That is very weird. Okay, my last one is also a little strange. I don't know why I picked up my Apple Pencil, but it felt like right for me to just hold it. From NPR, actually. So a babysitter checked under the bed for monsters and found someone under the bed.
A person?
A person. So
under a child's bed?
Yes.
Oh my God.
The babysitter was babysitting. And the child came over and was like, there's a monster under my bed and I don't want to go to sleep. And the babysitter tried to be like, no, it's not a monster. It's not the boogeyman or whatever. And they were like, no, please come look. They go into the room and was like, no, there's nobody. And they look under the bed and there's a man there. And they have like a little scuffle. And then he runs away. He gets away. Nobody's hurt. Yes. Nobody's hurt or anything like that. Not physically anyways, emotionally or mentally maybe a little, but come to find out he was a 27-year-old man who once lived at the residence but who was under a quote protection from abuse order that required him to stay away from the property.
Who was it? The dad of the child?
It doesn't say. It says the article that I was reading on NPR had said that they were keeping the identity of the person out because they haven't officially been charged.
Whoa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he got away and he's currently on like a $500,000 bail or bond or something for whenever he's captured. Girl, yeah.
Oh, so he's like wanted?
Yeah, they still have to get him. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, he's a fugitive.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, could you imagine being a kid and being like, telling your babysitter there's a monster on their bed and there really is somebody there? Or being the babysitter, bruh.
The babysitter is equally as scary. I feel like they both are traumatized. Both of them are traumatized. The child to like, who knows what happened to make the child be like, there is something under here. Like, ew, what were you doing under that kid's bed?
Right.
What was happening?
Breathe
What weird
hard.
noises was this kid hearing that was like, no, there, you need to come look.
Come get
No, I'm not crazy. I swear. You need to come see. I am scared.
Come get this monster, bruh.
And then you're like, no, it's nothing. And then you open it's a grown man, a 27-year-old man.
Yes. And he had hella
wonder
like
if she like swung at him because
they said that was a scuffle.
like that would be scary.
Yes, they said there was a scuffle between them,
and then
so
the
something
kid,
happened.
and then the kid seeing that scuffle of like, it's a monster. Like a kid, they probably really are like, that is a monster, because why would it just attack this
I would never
lady?
sleep in my bed alone again. I'm like, I'm with mom and dad all
I
the
damn
time.
near want to move. I don't want to live here anymore. I don't feel safe.
Literally,
I don't feel safe here.
that part.
Oh my god, I don't care who it was. Even if they were like, "Oh, that was just your cousin." Like, I don't care.
Fuck that.
I don't care who
We
that
have
is.
to burn the house now.
We can't do that. Oh my god. Okay, my last one is that the government is letting South African refugees
Oh my god,
come to the United States.
Yes,
with open arms, even though we thought coming into this country and you're not a citizen is a crime. But nope, not if you're a white South African person escaping quote unquote racism in Africa. I mean, hey. Hey, I don't know.
I don't know what that's about.
I feel like it's been tense there ever since they ended apartheid, because apartheid was pretty much segregation.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're not making it easy for them to do that. And so now the white South Africans don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Because you're the minority. You came to Africa and said you don't want to be around black people. Maybe this is the wrong place to be. Like, what? I don't...
The unmitigated gall.
That's crazy to me. But I guess now they get to come here with all their
they basically
energy.
Yeah, they basically have like the same or very similar thought processes as like a lot of the whites here.
That's why they're welcoming them with open arms. It's not illegal for them to come.
Yeah, it's so weird. But I saw I don't remember who it was, but it was one of the people in charge in South Africa. He was a black man, and he was speaking basically completely refuting the claims that they're not being welcomed and all that. He was like, that is ridiculous. That's not what's happening here. And I was seeing that like, bro, this is wild. Like, not you doing this at the very same time that you're just snatching immigrants up, or not even immigrants, citizens, naturalized citizens, a lot of people who are in the process of gaining their citizenship.
Green cards, people that have been here for years.
You're snatching people up off the street, separating them from their children.
Snatching a lot of people who are actually citizens. Like, exactly. It's so crazy.
No due process. What they're doing.
Rights are being violated left and right. And everyone's defense is, not everyone's, but the people who, their defense is like, it's a crime to enter the country. And it's like, if you're not a citizen. But then you see right here, the blatant hypocrisy of like, they're all going to be citizens when the plane lands? No, because that's not how it works. Mm-hmm. It's almost like they know what they're doing. Actually, it is. They know exactly what they're doing.
They know so.
Anyway, weird and irritating, but whatever. Well, that'll take us to our weekly reel, which is when we learned times that we've learned that the person that's going to swoop in and save us was actually us,
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, when was one of the times, or maybe even the first time, whatever time you want to talk about, of like you realizing that, like, I am going to have to save myself. Like, it's got to be me.
Yeah, I will say the most prominent, the first and most prominent as a fully realized human, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would be saving myself from anxiety or like panic attacks. Girl, because it had a hold on me. And it's like, nobody else can do this for me. Nobody else can do this work for me. Like, I have to figure out what is going on with me and like what's causing this, because I know this was not my whole life. I did not experience it my whole life. This came on at 18 years old. Like, just boom, one day, bow, like that.
Wow.
Light switch. Literally, one day in high school, I had a panic, what I now know is a panic attack. And I thought I was dying, bro. I remember going to the nurse, like holding her hand, telling her to pray with me while the ambulance came. Aww. Like, I was freaked out. I really thought I was having a heart attack and was about to die. I swear to you. Yeah, it was a scary, scary, scary situation. I've never been that scared about my life ever.
Man, that sounds scary.
It was, but that's like stuff, because it was such light switch and then just held on me for literal years, it was like, okay, what happened?
Yeah.
What is this? Nobody else can tell me this. I have to go and do the work and dig deep and find this out. So I have to be my own hero in this.
Yeah.
So that was probably like the first time that I was like, this is up to me, you know?
Yeah.
So what would you say your first time was?
Ooh, man. I mean, the first time was definitely I don't know. I wouldn't say it was anxiety, but my stomach situation was something like that, similar to what you just said. And I think that was my thing, to where the doctors couldn't tell me anything other than, girl, we're just calling it, CVS, cyclic vomiting syndrome, because it would just be bad anyway. So that was like, the doctors couldn't tell me anything besides like, it could be something you ate, it could be stress, it could be all these things. It turned out to kind of be a combination of all of that. But I think it also was anxiety. And I think for me, I think that's how it kind of manifested. So there was that. But a time that in my like adult life, I'd say I was working 13 Reasons Why, and I want to say it was like the second season of it. And, I'm working on the set, and I just remember feeling just, I don't know, like people didn't really see me on the set.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And so then I'm like, man, I don't really know. I don't know. I don't like the, like, I don't know. Like, there was a lady who, she would direct a bunch of blocks, or she directed a bunch of blocks, I think like 2 different blocks of the show. And so I worked with her a lot, and she like wouldn't ever remember my name. Like, she would always say the wrong name. And a few people would do that. And I noticed that I was like not correcting them. So I was just like, oh, hey, good morning, whatever. And then wondering like, dang, I don't feel like I'm really talking to any of these people. Like, I don't know, it just feels kind of like disconnected,
Yes.
And then I just kind of remember the perspective shift of like, well, why don't I start showing up? You know what I mean?
Yes.
More. Remember when I was like, take up space.
Yes,
like, that was it. Like,
space.
maybe I need to take up more space here. And then like, as I started doing that, I started, I don't know, like trying new hairstyles and like, just like doing stuff that's like, oh, hey, oh, ooh, you know what I mean? And then also like correcting people when they said my name, waiting for them to say my name, saying my name multiple times or like saying my name to people. Even if they don't ask, you're shaking my hand, introducing yourself, I'm going to say my name as well, whether you ask or not. Yes. So just, taking up more space, more experience, and just showing that, like, you know what? I'm here.
I'm here, and I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. You're going to see me, period. I love that.
Yeah. Yes. And it helped. It like really made me think like, okay, as soon as I shifted my like intention, things changed around here. I like it. Like, it changed. But that for me, it was really like, well, how they gonna know you if you don't
put it out there? Step into it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Make sure they know you. No.
Yo, for real. Okay. I don't know what name. That's crazy. Honestly, if I don't know your name, I'm not gonna say it. Like, and look stupid saying the wrong name. That's crazy that people do that.
People do it, girl.
Oh God. Well, I feel like, what were some of the things that you did to figure that out? Like, how did you do that? You know what I mean? How did you become your hero?
I think it was in that situation in particular, I kind of thought about it for a while, and I remember writing in my journal about it, because I think something must have happened. Probably someone misusing my name and just being like, dang, going back to my journal and just being like, I feel kind of small here. Like, I remember, like, I kind of wrote that a few times. Like, I noticed, like, 2 journal entries in a row, me kind of writing the same thing. Because every time I write in my journal, I usually read the last entry to be like, where was I?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then sometimes you're like, you write yourself into a cliffhanger. Have you ever done that? You read your last one, and it's just like, I don't know if this is going to work out. And then you're like, wow. So.
And the next one was like, anyways.
And the next one is just like, oh my God, I took a walk today. I feel so great. And you're just like, okay, girl,
what was the result?
What happened? Did you figure it out?
The people need to know.
I know.
I am the people.
I'm like, dang, I haven't wrote in here in heck long. Let me update it.
Oh my gosh, those days with the journals, I have fun on those days, but it's always like my hand hurts. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I've just been writing a bunch to catch myself up in here, you know? Like, damn, I haven't written in a minute.
Right. But I was reading my journal entry after, and I remember I read it after I like wrote in the journal. I was like, okay, what was I talking about last time? And yeah. I was like, dang near the same thing. I'm tired of how small I feel. I feel so small. And I'm like, okay, why do I feel small? And then I took note of just moments throughout that day of like moments that made me feel small. And I was thinking, and I think it was like that night, I was just thinking, I feel like there has to be something I can do about this. Like, it can't just be, and I think this was an important place to get to mentally, just being an actor, because it is very like, you cannot put too much emphasis on waiting for someone to give you permission to like give you the okay to like be yourself or go for something. Like, you really have to be the one pushing yourself to whatever the next level is, whatever that dream or goal or end game is for you. You need to be the one like making sure that when you're in the room, you're in the room.
Exactly.
And so, that was just something I thought, like, what could I do? And it wasn't like, I didn't go from zero to like correcting everyone saying my name. I really came in the next day. And I think the first thing I did was like, I'm going to do my hair differently, because I had did it the same. And I had become, when you work jobs and, I was a stand-in, so I didn't want my hair to be too much and be weird. So
like I feel you.
So what I would do is just wear like a low ponytail, because they're like, yeah, that's cool. It's easy to match, whatever. But then I started doing like twist outs, braid outs, doing like a style like this.
Yes.
Where, like, my hair is still, out of the way, but it still looks cute in its own right. Like, I look styled.
You do. You do. You're like,
so,
if I need to take these out, I can, but y'all gonna peep this wave, this deep wave that I got going on here, okay?
Yeah, I did that, and then I started, like, I remember I went to, like, Ross or something, and I got a bunch of, like, cute little shirts, similar to this, but probably just not a crop top, but cute little shirts, like, T-shirts that, like, said cute things. I know I had one that had little suns all over it. It was super cute. It was like a white shirt with suns over it.
Oh, do you still have that shirt?
I do.
And it's like you cut it?
Yeah, I cut it now. But anyway, so when I got that, it was just like a cute little T-shirt, and I would wear it with jeans and like make sure that when I wasn't, being used, so you wear like color cover. So you'd have like a shirt, like if I was standing in for you, I'd have like a white shirt that I'd put on instead of this, so that my color and your color matches. And so I would make sure that, like, okay, when I'm not needed in the scene, I'm not just gonna sit in color cover looking like I'm in a smock with a name tag. Like, the name tag's on the color cover. It's not on my shirt. I'm taking that off, and I'm gonna look like this, have suns on my shirt. So once I started doing that, I feel like more people were automatically just like, hey, oh my gosh, I like your hair. Oh, okay, the sun's here. Like, a few people would smile when they see you. So it's just like, okay, I kind of did that, like, kind of flared myself a little bit to be like, all right, like, hey, what can I do to turn some heads in here?
Hell
to, like,
yeah.
really, besides me just walking around smiling, because I'm not about to do that. Like, I'll walk around with like a softened face, but I'm not gonna walk around like
just cheesing at everybody. Hey, And also, like you said, it was like a natural, organic way for you to attract, not force.
Yes. And then from there, it got easier to just make sure that I'm introducing myself to people, because now there's points of contact. So I just created more points of contact as to, like, take up more space.
Yes.
Because that's something that you notice that's not just in the digital space, but also in the physical space as well. If you look interesting, people are going to look at you, like anyone.
True.
Whether you have an alternative style, whether you like cowboy boots and a cowboy hat, when you come authentically, like, nah, this is
me.
very me.
Yes.
People are gonna be like, oh, hey,
I like your whole
person. Okay, this is cool. People are they're gonna even just look at you. You know, you're gonna turn some heads in a room. So yeah, if you're looking to take up space, that is absolutely the best place to start, because it's easy. Just be like, you know what, today I want to get, I'm trying to have some looks.
Yeah, let me just.
Maybe you want to do something wild. Maybe you just want to wear your best outfit or do your makeup. I started doing that. Like, I did all of that, and that was step one. And then from there, it's like, okay, now I can kind of
take it steps further,
get more attention. And
no, I like that, and I like you said, you listed out these steps that were like, okay, they weren't like, I didn't have to suddenly act different the very next day type shit. Like,
no, there was
no, that's not even feasible. Like, who can do that without feeling hella fake?
No, yeah, definitely.
This is, we call it How to Be Real here because it's all about that authentic movement.
It's all about that authentic movement, for sure, for sure. Sometimes stuff comes from the inside out, and I think that, would I say flaring yourself? I think that is a way it coming from the inside out. You're like, you set your intentions of like, okay, I'm getting dressed in the morning and doing my hair and makeup with the intention on representing myself.
Yes.
In a way that I'm like, okay, I look cute today. Like, I feel good. Because, you look good, you feel good.
I say it all the time because it's so true.
Especially if you feel that you look good. You know what I mean? It just is symbiotic. It just keeps going.
Girl, and I feel like people are attracted to folks who are in there, who know them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Who know what works for them. You're sitting
comfortable in your skin.
Yes.
People love that. I love that.
Same. I'm attracted. Let me not speak for people. Let's speak for me.
Yeah.
I'm attracted to other folks who move that way. I feel like for me, you listing the steps that you took, I was like, yes, it definitely starts like where you can.
Yeah.
Because I know for me to get through, how I started to get through anxiety, very first thing I did was I just kind of like isolated, like at first it was just because I kept getting triggered by everything outside. Like, I just was feeling hella uncomfortable every single time I would walk outside, especially because it's like, what's happening to me?
Yeah.
I don't know myself anymore. I thought everything was fine. And all of a sudden, like a light switch, I'm having daily panic attacks, sometimes multiple times a day, where you feel like your life is going to end type shit. Like, it was just, I have to be at home. I only feel comfortable at home. And even sometimes there, I feel crazy. So I have to stay home. So it was like a period of isolation, but it actually ended up helping me a lot because it was like, I was able to, it gave me time to think about what are those triggers, and kind of get to know a little bit about what it felt like to be anxious or to have a panic attack, so that when I was out and about in the world, I at least could know it was coming or feel it coming on, and get the things that I know help to calm me down, or go to a space where I know is going to be more comfortable, or just excuse myself and say I'm going home, because I know about what's about to happen. So that first step of isolation helped me to take that first step of how do I work through it, knowing my triggers, knowing my comforts. And then I think my next piece was like sharing with the people close to me.
Yeah.
That I was experiencing that when I was experiencing it, because it's so scary and it's something that you can't visibly see, and there's no, easy way to break down why you feel that way.
Right.
A lot of people, if you're not with the crowd that's welcoming to you in that way, will not understand what's going on and will minimize what's happening, even though it's all mental. If it's all mental, so it's all happening in a very invisible way, but the effects, at least for my types of panic attacks, were very visible, especially it was complete opposite from my normal type of personality, and I think being able to share with folks and ask for support in those moments, that also helped me to get through and like take a step closer to being someone who could save me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I can't, this is too much, literally, physically, mentally, it's too much on my body, on my spirit to hold alone.
Right.
I have to share this with someone. Like, I can't always be near all my little things that bring me comfort. Sometimes I'm just with someone next to me, and I have to be like, hey, I hate to have to do this, but I feel crazy and I need you to know and help. And
can you get me some water?
I don't really know how to verbalize what I need, but I just need you to be nice to me and tell me everything's going to be okay. Like, that was literally my phrase. I would always be like, I'm sorry, this might sound so weird, but can you just tell me everything's going to be okay? I just need to hear that. You know what I mean? And it would really help. But I think without going through those phases, it's like you have to go through those hardships to know how you can save yourself.
Yeah.
You know? Or else you don't know what's going to knock you down.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or what period or portion you need saving. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a big portion of learning how I can come into it, to my saving self.
Into my saving self. Myself being saved.
Myself being saved.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And I think it's funny how something you're doing to kind of help get you, maybe not get you out of your anxiety attack, but I guess get you through, is asking for help. You know, and sometimes, I know back in the day I used to do this, tell myself that it's selfish to ask people for help. Like, you feel rude almost being at someone's house. You could be there for heck long, but you feel like such a jerk being like, can I have some water? Do you have anything to eat? Like, doesn't that feel like, yikes? Like, I don't know if I was raised to just do that, you know?
Yes.
Wait for them to offer and just sit there thirsty until they look at you and think,
what's going on?
Have you drank anything? Are you okay?
You seem a little dry over there.
Got quiet. Do you want water?
For real.
But then that part of, like, what you said about what I need to make the situation better.
Yes.
Because I wanted to ask you, did you find that in these moments where you're experiencing the anxiety, like you said, outside, and I know we've had a moment when we were at a restaurant and we were sitting outside, and I think we ended up moving inside because, I don't know, maybe your allergies, or maybe it was cold, maybe it was a mix of both. Bro.
I think, yeah.
But it was just not a good experience. And I remember moving inside was like, okay, this is better. So I wanted to ask, did you find that it was often something like that would really help? And maybe that's the thing that triggered the anxiety of like, oh, I'm sitting here and clearly uncomfortable, and I know I could do something to not be uncomfortable, you know, just as simple as moving inside instead of just staying out here. Yeah. I don't know. Do you notice that? It's like, I'm just uncomfortable for whatever reason.
I just feel weird. Yeah, it was definitely a lot of that. I think I ended up realizing, I don't think I'm really realizing it until now or recently, but now that I know what I know, I can look back on it and be like, yeah, I think I was just I was holding a lot in, you know what I mean? And I think maybe in moments where I did find discomfort, it would trigger other feelings, you know? Like I've always, this is funny, I've always had a thing with being in the dark. Like, not straight up afraid of the dark, like, I can't be in the dark, but just not fully comfortable always in the dark. And so whenever I remember I couldn't go to the movies when I was going through the height of my anxiety, because it was just, or like panic attacks, because it would be too dark in there with too many people. And it was just like, oh, hell, too loud. The rumbles in my chest and shit would just set me the fuck off.
I bet it's overstimulating.
It's overstimulating. And I didn't realize how overstimulated I was until like, that was happening. Like, dude, I remember asking my mom so many times, like, do you think I'll ever be normal again?
Aww.
Like, I can't not go throughout my day. I can't go throughout my day without having a panic attack that totally debilitates me. It makes me feel like now I'm shaking. Now I feel like I lost so much weight. I got down to a size 4. Like, yeah. And I'm, to just give preference, I mean, not preference, to give reference. Thank you. I'm a size 9. So to go down to a size 4 was crazy. I've been a size 9 for so long. To go down to a size 4 from like just severe stress, Girl, I couldn't eat. I was struggling.
I bet.
And but yeah, I feel like
that's stress, man.
Woo! It is a
cortisol.
Lot. It is crazy. A lot. But I definitely will say I explored more movement on top of those other things. I feel like I did a lot of research because I was like, bro, I want to get through this. I want to have a life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing that I've ever done. And I'm still doing to this day for myself. I think it's been probably about like maybe 2 years since I've had an actual panic attack.
Nice.
Yeah. And so
that's good news.
I still get anxious, of course, but I know how to do it. I feel a lot more at home within myself than I did back then. And I thank myself every day for being willing to do the work, not relying on substances that made it easier, but like just being willing to maybe relying on them for a little bit.
when in the rough patch.
I'm like, let me not lie.
Let me lean over here for just a second. And then when shit calms down, I'll let it go.
But I shook it off. Came back to it. And was just like, okay, I can be this without the substance.
Yeah.
Let me tap into what is really, how can I really help me just fully sober, raw dog in life? How do I show up for myself?
Love it.
Oh, it's so worth it. It's so hard to do.
It's a practice though.
Yeah.
Like something, again, I'm going to bring it back to this because this is what my takeaway of it is the self, I don't know, like the self-nurturing of it all. The like, what do I need to do to make this more comfortable for myself?
Yeah.
Like that was just huge of like, okay, right now in this moment, what can I do to make it more comfortable? But then even you think long term, you're like, okay, I know I'm going to have to drive from here to there and it's going to be 3 hours and I'm going to have to drive back. So that's 6 hours of driving. What can I do to make that more comfortable? Oh, I can check the tires, make sure they're good, make sure we got gas, bring some snacks, anything you can do to make the drive. Like, you know, you're going to have to do the drive. Yep. What can you do to make the drive just nice?
Save up a podcast or 4, you know what I mean? Like, listen to. Let me call a friend
you ain't talked to in a while. Have a good kiki on the way there.
Yes.
Whatever you want to do.
Facts.
So yeah, I just really like that because when you talk about your anxiety, it does sound really similar to with my stomach situation, because for me it was very much tied to not just what I was eating, but also how I was feeling, and actually not think you can just stuff it all down and walk around all tense and nothing's gonna happen to you. Like, I think it manifests in so many different ways.
Yes, that bubble so gonna burst.
People, but it's coming out some way, whatever way in your life that feels like, oh, why does this hurt? That's where it's coming out.
Yes, for real.
Because oh my God, the way you felt about your anxiety, that's how I felt about my stomach situation. Like, I just want to have a life. Like, I don't want to have to go to the hospital anytime I eat. I remember picking up a pair of my shorts, and they were shorts that like normally fit me pretty good, you know, like they were pretty snug, and I put them on and they were baggy, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I weighed like 98 pounds at the smallest, and it was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, am I ever going to be normal? That same feeling of like, I just want to have my life. I just don't want to be afraid to eat because it'll mess me up.
Right.
So yeah, figuring out that, like, okay. And then knowing the signs, because I think that's something else you touched on with your anxiety, is like knowing the signs. Like, you knew what the beginning stages of the like heart of it feels like you know what to look for, what the signs and stuff. So once you learn the signs, you can definitely learn to act at the signs, because I feel like that's like another stage of it. Like, you learn the signs, and then you learn that, like, okay, when this happens, I need to do this.
Yes. You learn your levels of urgency. Yeah, for sure. And I think like when you learn when you learn those things, you learn how to stand up for yourself, or show up for yourself in the ways that you need, and it just, when you start small, like one step at a time, of course it's going to feel like you keep bumping your head against the wall because you're still learning, right? Yeah. But as time goes on and as you continue to show up for yourself in those ways and get more curious about what things mean and why things are and why you're being triggered or whatever it is, or how you want to continue to show up for yourself, it starts to become like second nature, like the longer you do it, the easier it becomes. But I feel like you also start to unlock and learn more levels of where can I be a better savior to myself,
right? Right. Mm-hmm. I love that. Just like someone that swoops in and makes the change that needs to be made. And mm-hmm. It's so crazy how simple it is that it's always you, that you can always make that change, mm-hmm. Maybe not always.
Right.
But like in your personal life, your day-to-day life, you can make changes mm-hmm. in that.
Yes.
Especially when you change your perspective on things. You feel like you are in more control. Mm. It's so weird because I feel like a lot of it is very opposite, It's like weird how when you surrender control, you actually feel more in control.
Ooh,
the more you let go, you do feel like, oh, I'm in control of the situation. But you're not really in control of the situation. You're just in control of you.
Girl, yes.
And that makes you feel like as a control freak, a recovering control freak, I can tell you the more I like let go and like lean back into a situation and something happens, you're like, oh dang, well, let me see. And then you just, instead of thinking, oh, this didn't go as planned, darn it, it's messed up, you surrender that and just be like, oh, this happened, now I'm doing this.
Yeah, we're cool.
And now you feel like, wow, I'm so in control.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
But really you're just like, I'm in control of this. I'm not going to let this change freak me out.
Mm-hmm.
This notch in the plan. I'm not going to let this ruin the day.
Yes.
So yeah, crazy though. Surrender equals I'm in control.
Right? You would never think that those two things would go together. But hey, I feel like that is also a huge part about showing up for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Surrendering,
letting it go
to the moment. But I did want to touch on like the more recent time that I went through something like this, and it was a really big step, and my therapist told me something in that moment that made me feel like this almost every single day. So it was 2020.
Okay.
I had, my career is on hold after a really, really dope year of hard work, getting my first credit on Netflix, being on a Netflix series. It was like, oh my gosh. And there was so much cool things lined up.
The memory from that clip just popped up on my iPad.
Oh my gosh. Love that. It was such a good year. 2019 was dope. And in the beginning of 2020 was dope.
Yeah.
Until we all know the pandemic, which was terrible for all the reasons the pandemic is terrible. But personally, it, stopped that. Yeah. Then we're in the house. We can't really do much. We can barely socialize. We can't go anywhere. So you're just sitting in just like, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one of the main things that made me feel like, I'm getting a therapist. One of those ones that was just on me every day was like, you're not doing enough. Wow. It's never going to happen because you're not doing anything right now. So it'll never happen because you're not doing anything. And that was just the hardest thing of everything. Of just like, oh, stuff's messed up and there's nothing I can do about it. I feel so helpless. And one of the first things I said to the therapist was, I just feel like I'm not doing anything to like help myself, to walk towards my goals. Like, I just don't think I'm doing anything. And that is just really hard. And she said, well, you found a therapist, made an appointment, and now you're sitting in a therapy session. So I would say that that's at least 3 things I can say you've done to help yourself and walk towards your goals. And I was like,
beautiful.
She said that, and my whole perspective was like, wait a minute, the blinders are off.
Yes.
All of these actions are like, even thinking like I want to do something that's doing something, that's walking towards your goals.
Yes,
it starts somewhere. And so that really was like, and of course she had to tell me something similar to that dang near every session for the first like 5 sessions, because that was just what I was going through at the time. Yes. Just like, girl, you got to shift your perspective. Like, you know, that tunnel, I was in that tunnel.
Yeah. It takes 21 days to build a habit, they say. Exactly. I think even longer than that, to be honest with you.
Oh my God.
So yes, keep telling me every time.
It's just that subtle reminder of like, well, girl, you actually are doing, because, and then it helped to kind of have that, you know, that area where somebody can just say, you know, you come in with saying, oh, I don't think I'm doing anything. I'm not doing anything. It's not enough. To have somebody literally who wrote down some things that you shared with just them that you are proud of, you know, because I try to do that to update her with, you know, going on and things that I'm proud of myself for. It's like, you said you did this, you did that, you tried this for this first time, you reached out to so-and-so. Like, you are doing a lot of things.
You're doing the work.
Are good for your life. Like, you are doing the work. So it's just nice to have that reminder. Like, you're doing it, girl.
And that's what I love about therapy, at least a good therapist, is they will remind you that they are not the ones doing anything for you except for helping to hold space for you.
Exactly.
You know, talk through the stuff you might not be comfortable talking about with anyone else, you know, but all the things that they do, like the tools that they give and provide and the affirmations and things that they give, are all based off of what you've already given them.
Yep.
It's like, I know that we've talked about this before, but a good therapist will remind you of that and will say, like, this is you. I know sometimes I've thanked my therapist, like, thank you so much for helping me work through this, girl. This was a lot. Oh my God. And she's like, I need you to remember that a lot of this, most of this, all of this was your wisdom. Like, you gave it to me and I, you know, regurgitated it, asked a few questions, and you got there. I'm like, damn, you're right. I be working. I be working for me.
I'm doing the work.
I'm doing the work. Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you, because I'm like, that between stage, I think a lot of us, it's really easy when you're in the in between of like you and your goal, you and, you know, something you want, or a place in life you want to be, the ways there sometimes gets overlooked in the time, that in between time. But a lot happens in that time, you know? You learn a lot about yourself. You save yourself from so many ways, so many ways of thinking, you know, you figure your way out. That's what I always feel like. I feel like that's a moment of like, okay, I'm figuring this out, you know, and then on the other side of figuring it out is, okay, you're there.
Yes.
So I've been feeling like I'm in like a figuring it out moment for me right now, just like that next level, because, you know, I would say 2020 was maybe I think 2020, 2021, those 2 years, there was a lot of change for me in those years. Like, I got married, you know, COVID, obviously, a close friend of mine, you know, we kind of fell out. There was like a lot of big changes.
Lots of changes.
My uncle passed away. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that was just like so much change, so many drastic changes. And it was tough. But I felt like a moment of like, okay, this is heavy. And I felt like I was, because those things were happening in those 2 years, I kind of felt like I was always between, I'm getting married, and oh no,
something grave happened.
Yikes, this is going to be hard to process. Like, I was between that.
Damn,
so I felt
know.
Kind of jerked around. But like after that, like coming out of that year, I feel like I learned so much how to comfort myself in those times, in the in between time. You know, it's like the thing happens, and then there's the processing of it all.
Yeah, the journey part.
Yeah, the like, okay, now I'm dealing with my feelings about this thing that happened, and that's usually, like you said, where the work begins.
Where the work begins.
Because, honey, what are those feelings?
I'm like, does the work end? Does it? Girl, I know. It'd be like that. But I'm so proud of you as your friend who did witness you go through all of that and all of this change and all of this growth and just moments where you had to dig deep to come up, you know. I'm very proud of you, and it's been awesome to and really an honor, honestly, more of an honor to be a part of the process with you. You know what I mean? To be a part of your journey and to have you as a part of mine. Like I feel like speaking specifically to you and definitely through that 2020, 2021, honestly, the last couple of years.
I'm telling you, I feel like it's been every year, girl.
Yeah, the last couple of years. I'm like, my friend is, yes, she's strong, but also I think when I say strong, I mean, she's soft enough. She's strong enough to let herself be soft in these moments. She's strong enough to let herself experience the pain, you know what I mean? And aches that are coming with a lot of this change. She's strong enough to say, I'm not strong enough for this right now. You know what I mean? Like seeing you experience that was like, wow, my friend is, when people talk about adulting, I'm like, she's like, that's the type of adulting I be wanting to celebrate. Not, I mean, turning 21 is beautiful. Life is beautiful. Another year of life is amazing. But these types of things, these types of moments and pillars that help create who you are and how you move throughout the rest of your life. Those are the moments that I want to like shout out. And I'm going to just shout you out because you did the hell out of that, girl. You're doing that.
Thank you. Yes. I appreciate it. I really do. I do appreciate it, but because it is a lot of, again, like I said, dealing with your feelings about a situation. Yeah. And it's so easy to put that work on others. And when you kind of step back from doing that, you see that a lot of issues around you, family beefs, friend misunderstandings, Twitter beefs, all this stuff, it really is just like somebody taking their feelings and like putting them on someone else. Like, you know what I mean? A situation that kind of and then it's a ripple effect. You know, I say something that hurts your feelings, you get defensive. Now you're doing something. Maybe you shut down and now I'm responding to you shutting down. And now you're like, oh, now she's looking at me crazy. And now it's just an escalating situation when it could have just really been, maybe I don't project my feelings on it. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't say the rude thing. Right. Maybe I let you know, girl, I'm hot. Right. I'm and hot. Now you know. Right. If I get snippy, it's because it's hot.
And also too, like, I think talking about things, being open, like I was sharing about anxiety, open to share, you know what I mean? Like open to talk about it. Sometimes you realize who is meant to be in your life because you're able to have hard conversations with them. That's true. You know what I mean? Like having hard conversations does not mean that the conversation has to be mean or ill-intentioned or anything like that. It's just, this is tough because I'm in a relationship with you in one way or another. And I'm trying to navigate how to express just like you are, you know? So it's like, that's what makes it hard. And I think when you decide we can get through hard things together, that's when you know, that's my people. Yeah. That's my people. I have to realize that for myself. Like, I feel like for me, I've had to realize that for myself as well. Like, man, who are my people? Because I'm looking around. I don't know if all these people is mine. You know what I mean? Some might need to get a little chopped.
Or you realize, like, what is your definition of people? And is it something that's making you feel, because I feel like this was me, my ideal version of my people, my circle was absolutely like this idealized, you know, sitcom family that's like, you know, that's like not sitcom family. That's not a real family.
That's not. No.
That's unattainable. Maybe look at what you have and what makes you feel good, and those are your people. Yes. Scrap an ideal. Exactly. Even if it's just 3 people. If you have 3 people that are like, these are my real ones, I can be myself around them, then that's 3 people. Yeah. 2 people.
Shoot. 1.
Okay.
One person. One other person. Yeah. But yeah. That is saving yourself as well. You know? Choosing your people is also very much a part of showing up and standing up for you. Wait, how is that saving yourself? Like, like I feel like keep making sure you have like a strong crew of folks around you so that like nobody's coming in to like infiltrate your peace or infiltrate your fill your life with bullshit and drama. Right. It's like, nah, if I got a good group of people around me, that's like I got people on my back. They gonna ride for me. I got people speaking affirmations and filling life into my cup. Okay. I don't have people out here spewing drama and hate and talking shit about everybody every time we link up, and all you have to talk about is celebrities and what the fuck is going on in your life that's always negative. You know what I mean? Like the people you choose to be around and fill your life with, that is absolutely, you can change the game with a good set of people.
You can save yourself that way. You right.
Can.
I like it.
Because sometimes when you can't save you, you got a good person on your back, a good friend, a good family member to be like, let me hold you while you figure it out.
Yeah. I like it. Good point. And all of these examples, or I don't know, I think I gave 3 examples. Okay. So all of these examples are really, I don't know, a few of many for me, because there's so many ways. I like how you touched on this, like the little ways, the daily ways, the habits. I know you were just recently talking about how you realized how you have like a inflammation when you eat certain things. Yeah. And you looked over your list because you're like, I've been feeling this inflammation. And then you looked over your list of like, what are the things that, bother or inflame you? And you were like, this is all I've been eating lately. Daily, every day I've been eating all of this. So that's why
what's wrong with me? What is going on? Nobody's gonna feed me. Like I have to feed me. I have to take my power.
That's like such a moment of like, oh my God, I'm sitting here dealing with the inflammation. Like I have no control. When I have a list.
I have several journal entries that are sharing like what's going on, how I'm feeling, what I'm eating, and why I don't like eating this.
Right?
Why am I still eating this?
Why is this what I'm buying at the grocery store?
What's up? Like, I'm the one putting the food in the cart. What is going on? Yeah, it was definitely, that is absolutely a great example as well.
But yeah, all saving yourself is about is empowering yourself and realizing the power you have in the situation and then using that power to save yourself. So like if knowing your power was step 1, because that's always step 1, realizing it, reminding yourself, figuring it out, finding it, whatever that means, using it is saving yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I think.
I agree.
My takeaway from it all. When I was going over these moments and being like, on the other side of that was you feel more confident, you feel empowered, and you feel, again, in control, which is all crazy that you get all of that just from like calming down.
Yes, right? It's worth the work, I will say. Getting to know yourself, the work of saving yourself, it is worth it.
And that'll transition us to our last segment, which is I don't like that.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I don't like that. No judgment. These are just opinions.
Yeah, this is just what we don't like. And I could kick us off with this.
Do it.
I don't like Mike Bibby with hair.
I don't think I've ever seen Mike Bibby with hair.
Girl, they have this big old billboard when you drive. Was it?
I've seen. There's a few of them.
Yeah, There's a few billboards with his face because he's it was by Sac State.
Yeah, because he's coaching.
Exactly, and there's a picture of him with a little hair on his head, like a little Bibby version of a fade. I was like, I don't like that. I literally was driving by. I was in traffic, and I was driving by. I was like, I did not like it so much. I had to type it down in my phone.
Like I don't like this at all.
I don't like this at all. Bald Bibby, okay? That's what we know. That's what we love.
She said, Bibby, you better not have no hair.
Literally, like, and it's weird because he's one of those people that because you were bald for so long, now that I see you with hair, it looks like, is this yours?
Now it looks like a wig.
Yeah. You went and got the hair treatment, little implants. I'm like, hey, and no shade, but me personally, I don't like that.
Oh my God, now I'm gonna look for it. I just see
to.
his face, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, he's back.
Yep.
Glad he's back though.
Mm-hmm. Me too. It's good to have you, baby.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Shaving it off.
So my first one is, I was just talking about this last night. How like I get more pimples now than I did when everyone was like, your face is gonna start breaking out because you're going through puberty. Teenage years, I did not get, but now,
talk about it, girl. What's up with that?
at 30 plus, why am I breaking out? Why am I getting acne? What? This was not a thing. Now it's a thing. What? My shoulders broke out? What?
Yo.
My shoulders broke out? My shoulders recently broke out. And I was literally like,
what's this?
Witch hazeling my shoulders every night. Like, oh my God.
Honestly, my chest, that's so crazy that you said that, because yes, my chest also recently broke out, and I was like, is it because, my mom was like, oh, it's because you're sweating, you know what I mean, like from sweating so often and teaching and all the things. And I'm like, am I supposed to immediately, I can't immediately hop in the shower. I'm at the place, like, mom was like, oh, and she was trying to give me game about what to bring with me and all the things. I'm like, bruh, is this what it's come to?
No, here's what I realized. My shoulders are breaking out because I was wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's warming up, so I'm wearing my shoulders out, and then my hair's down. And it's going on my shoulders, and it's hair product and oil and, you know, all the things. So what I changed was, like I just said, I witch hazel I'm doing the toner and leaving it. If the breakout gets really bad, I'll take a little bit, like I'll wet a paper towel and then put some rubbing alcohol on it as well. And that helps to just like clog the pores, and doing that before I go to sleep and when I wake up.
Okay.
When it's inflamed, not every day.
Right.
But when it like is broken out, that helps it to just kind of like go away.
Chill. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to put that in the repertoire, because I was like, what is going on here? Like you said, random, not even on your face, just random ass
like what
skin stuff.
Patch of acne on your body. Why is there body acne? I don't like that.
Don't like that. Ugh, get out of here.
So yeah, anyway, that's annoying.
Yeah.
I feel like a teenager now. And not in a cute way. Like, you know, like, why are there pimples on my shoulder?
Not in the Forever 21 way.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, I don't like when you're getting your nails done and the nail lady try to act like she didn't just pinch you with some fucking tool, and like she try to pat you up with some baking powder to stop you from bleeding. Why are you getting at my nail? Why are you getting after my cuticles so hard right now?
What is going on?
And then also too, sometimes for me, I'm like, I don't want to say ow. I don't want to like act like it was a big deal, because it's like, okay, wait, let's just keep it going. Let's hurry up, and I want you to do a good job on my nails. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't offend you. I don't mad. Now you got an attitude.
Because that's happened to me before. Girl, yes. Where I'm like, I remember I was with my mom too, and they had did it like twice to me. And my mom already, she's very sensitive about like her hands being touched, I feel like. I think she's coming into this realization this year. But every time she goes to the nail shop, she's like, no. But I think it's because they really just be like rough with your hands sometimes. Anyways, one time we went to the nail shop and they were being hella rough with me, hella rough with her. And she was like, you know what? No, let's go. And we dipped. We had already been there for like an hour. And she was like, we're leaving. And now I understand why. I was a kid at that time, but now I understand why. Because that's unacceptable, and I don't like that.
Yeah, no. You got to be gentle. Like, yeah. I know the last time I got my nails done, usually I just keep them, you know, au naturel.
Yes.
But the last time I got them done was this year, actually, beginning of this year. And the lady did that. And it wasn't like one of those ones. Sometimes you get nicked so hard you kind of bleed. Yeah. It's like a little open cut on your finger that you worry about for like 3 days afterwards. But this one, it wasn't like that bad, but it did kind of hurt. And she like stopped, dropped the thing, and was like, I'm sorry, do you need a break?
Thank you.
I was like, let me see. And she like let me check it out. And I was like, no, it's okay. Mm-hmm. And then we went back and I was like, she is so nice.
Exactly.
I love that.
Check up on me.
Yeah.
Check up on me. Because if not, thankfully, I just went to
people's hands.
These are people's hands. I just went to a new nail spot with my cousin, and I was like, yeah, see, this is why I don't go to new nail spots. Like, this is why when you find your spot, you stay, because you know people are going to care for you like that. You know what I mean? So anyway, don't like it.
Don't like it. For me, these spring allergies is my next one. Like, I might have said this last year. Oh, wait, no, we didn't have one like that last year. So,
maybe not.
But these allergies,
girl. Ooh.
These allergies, I don't like how inconsistent they are. Like, there are some days where my allergy pill is enough. There are some days I don't even take allergy pill, and I do my normal little daily activities, and nothing happens. And then there's those times where for some reason you're outside for too long.
Yep.
With the wrong people, whatever it is your body is trying to tell you. And now all of a sudden your throat, you can barely breathe. Your eyes are burning and watering.
Itchy.
You're sneezing over and over again. And your skin is starting to itch.
Oh
like,
my God.
you're messed up where the outside feels like it's trying to kill you.
Literally. Like it's infiltrating your every cell.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, they're
it's weird.
Fighting back through the allergy pills this year. People who have never had allergies are saying like, feeling like they're hella sick. I remember you telling me about Dell feeling that way.
He never had allergies.
Girl, my cousin, she came to pick up her kids from her mom's house and was like looking super swollen. And I was like, she was explaining all the things that were wrong. And I was like, girl, it sounds like you got allergies. Take it from me. I know. Sound like you got a really bad allergy attack right now.
Are bad.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, so that's that.
Yeah. Definitely don't like that either.
Worse this year too.
For real.
I say that every year.
It's real bad this year. Okay, my last one is I don't like coffee shops or public workspaces where there is a limited number of outlets. How are you a space and you claim that you want people to come and work here, but everybody has to fight for the same 3 outlets?
Oof, yeah.
I don't understand. And why is it that all those places have the most uncomfortable seating? Like they really want to turn you over is what I feel like. Get in, get out, send that email and get the heck out of here. Order your coffee, sit here long enough for you to finish your coffee and then move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be trying to sit up here setting up your router. Like I've seen people.
People will. People bring their whole computer. Literally a whole desktop computer into the office.
Yes. But I don't like that. I'm like, it's okay. The uncomfortable seating, all right, whatever. But sometimes I'm in a groove and I want to just plug my computer in. Now I gotta go home.
Yeah.
Now I gotta get all my stuff together, go home, about to be all distracted when I get back to the house. Yeah. Anyways, fix that.
Be welcoming or don't.
Exactly. Pick one.
Pick one. My last one is, you know, when you like make like some bomb food, or you go to a bomb restaurant and get some bomb food, and you put the leftovers in the fridge. And then you forget about them.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
And then you're cleaning out the fridge and you're like, oh, why did I never eat this? This was so good. And now I just have to throw it all away because it's moldy.
The pain.
Now it's 3 weeks later. And I forgot you were even here until you start stinking. Dang it. I hate when that happens so much. I hate it so bad. Because you're just like, that food was so good. And if I would have remembered this,
I could have experienced it again. Now I can't.
I got to treat myself to that.
Right.
I hate that.
And now I want it even more because it's like, I can't.
Now we got to go back to the restaurant. Now I got to run that dinner back.
Exactly.
Because, man.
Look, I feel that. I don't like that either.
I don't like that. But yeah. We always love that segment.
All right, one of my faves.
So that'll bring us to our thank you.
Yes.
And our thank you is to California Black Power Network.
Yes, it is. So the California Black Power Network is a united ecosystem of Black grassroots organizations working together to change the lived conditions of Black Californians by dismantling systemic and anti-Black racism. They are an amazing group, an amazing organization, and they hired Nightflow Creative by business to cover their day of action at the California State Capitol. Yes. And it was really dope because they held a march where they marched around the Capitol. They held a press conference in front of the Capitol. And then we walked over to the legislative offices and met with California State Assembly members about all of these different measures that directly impact Black Californians. So we got to cover that and provide the footage for that situation. So just thank you, California Black Power Network, for doing all the work that you're doing, and for also hiring a small business based in Sacramento.
Love everything about that.
Right.
Like, such a dope thing. Thank you for the work that California Black Power Network does, and for the work you do, because you aided and you were there for that, and you covered it. You took some really cool pictures, and it was just really cool. So thanks to everyone involved. It was awesome and needed. And stuff like that. We look at it, we get hope.
Yes.
We feel supported. And
that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Let's keep fighting back, y'all.
Exactly. And with that, we're in our closeout.
Yes.
What a great episode. So y'all already know what I'm about to say. Stay connected with us. We want to stay connected with you. And you can always send us an email any kind of way. Like if you want to talk about your personal life, little secrets that you want us to know and nobody else to know. If you want to just get our feedback on something,
advice, maybe
you want to say hey, then hit us up, heyhowtobereal@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and now Substack.
Yes, we love Substack.
At howtobereal. You can find our personal pages. I'm at justsay_tay,
and I am at the Tasha B.
Yes. And, we also really want to hear from you about what you think about the show and what you want to see more of from us. So if you send us a comment, a DM, rate, review the podcast. You can also watch us on YouTube. If you're watching here, hi.
Hey.
Drop a comment, leave a review, send a message, all that. It helps us reach out to more listeners just like you. And remember, we're not therapists. We just have them. So take everything we say, just a little grain of salt.
Yeah.
We're
trying to help, but if it doesn't help, leave it.
Leave it. And before I move us into our random reel, I want to also thank every single person who subscribed to our Substack.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
It's such a fun platform to be on. It's all love and writing, support over there.
Right. Writing stuff and wanting to read stuff. It's so cool.
Exactly. And you will get a special look at our newsletter. We have dropped a monthly newsletter. So go ahead and subscribe over there at the Substack. You can also listen to our podcast directly at the Substack. So if you're somebody who just likes to do everything in one place, that's the place for you.
Substack.
Yes.
Hit us up.
Exactly. And with this, I will pass the random reel to Tasha this week.
Yes. So my random reel is: life is not a to-do list. Get silly, get random, play, as my grandfather would say, fart around a little bit, and enjoy the time you have, because it ain't all good, but it ain't all bad. Have fun.
I love this. Thank you for that reminder, Tosh.
Yeah,
All right. And with that, stay real.